Hi, this is Christy with Paper Snippets and Handcrafts, and today I am sharing with you a swap that I'm participating in. It's called My Favorite Things, and it's from Leave It to Lisa's Craft, and it's her second annual time of doing this. What I was supposed to include were basically all my favorite things, which you can see it's crafting Christmas. And I love to craft like with vintage type paper, which was really hard because my favorite was Simple Stories. And I believe it's called Holly Jolly. And I also had some Simple Stories Vintage Dear Santa. It was Vintage Holly Jolly. And this one is Simple Stories Vintage Dear Santa. And I had some of it, but I had to really look around and shop to see if I could find some more, and I did. So I had to be really careful with my paper. But anyway, first thing I'm going to show you is the first item that she required. It's a notebook, and it could be handmade or it can be store-bought. And I chose to hand make mine, and here is the little notebook I made. Let me move some of this out of the way. So I made this little notebook. I used chipboard. Karolina Crafts makes these all the time, and she has a really good tutorial on her channel, on her YouTube channel. But anyway, I just decorated them a little bit more. I put this little tag in here because I made this a pocket, and then here's the inside. And then I used the index cards like Karolina did, and then about every 5 pages I put a cut apart. So there's that. This is a divider. And I have a tag in the top, and then I have 2 tags here, and then the Santa's on this one. And then once again, here's your pages, and then here's another cut apart. And it's just the same thing throughout this book. And here's a tag. Oh, and I did make a little paperclip bookmark. This one, I have a tag on the back side, and then here's that one, and then this one, and then if you want to, you can slide something underneath this all the way down. So there's a belly band there. And then there's that one, and then I just made a holder with a clip, and then here's the back. So there's that. And I did make, and I'm just realizing I forgot to put in Lisa's. I made this one for Lisa. I forgot to put some, oh yeah, I was gonna make a paper clip, so I need to remember to do that. To make a little bookmark for this one. I'm going to set that out so I don't forget. So here's Lisa's, and it's just the same thing. I'm just going to flip through it quickly. Here's the pages. This paper is super cute. It's the same as the other one, except for I forgot to put a paperclip bookmark in it. Oh. And here's one, there's that page, there's that clip, and then there's that one. So there's that. And then I also, in this little bag that I have her notebook in, my swap partner's notebook, I made up a little card, and I put 2 of my favorite decorative items, and I of course included these because I literally put these on everything. I love them. And then I included a bottle of Stickles. so there's those items. And then I was supposed to make 4 crafty items with dies, so that's what's in this tin. And I made, I think I made 5, but that's okay. I made my bows. This is a KSCrafts die. I think it's an angel wing die. And then I made this really pretty snowflake in the center. And this is an old Tim Holtz die. And this is what I used my stickles on right here. And then this also is a KSCrafts die. It was meant for a tea bag holder. And this die right here was a KSCrafts die, which is meant for, I believe, an ATC card. But I just created this little belly band to put on this. And the tea bag holder, it had a little piece that held it together. But what I did is I cut 2 of them out and I created a little embellishment book. And I can't remember where I got this die. But I made these little snowmen as my favorite die. And if I can find the links, I'll leave it in the description. And then I made, this is just a generic poinsettia flower die that I actually used 2 different ones. This one with the leaf background on these is from a different die set. And this, it was just a cheap one, I believe I got on Amazon. And I don't know if you can see it, but I did put acetate right here, so these will pop right off and you can use them on your projects. And I just created the same in the back. And that's that. So that's all of my dies, which I think that was more than 4 that I use all the time. Like I use these like literally all the time. Okay, so there's that. And I already went over my favorite crafting item. And then my next item is a favorite crafting tool. And let me show my crafter's choice first. So there's 3 crafter's choice. And so that's what's in here. And I'm gonna wrap this with some tulle. All of these dies I used are my favorite dies. So, I mean, I know I picked these ones to put in here as my favorite, but I literally make this one all the time. This I've made in 4th of July. I've made it in Valentine's Day. I think if you've seen my Instagram, you would see it. I think I have it out there posted. But anyway, it's a tag. It's a generic tag die. It's not anything special, but this whole piece right here is a Spellbinders die. And then on the back side, what I typically do with this is I use it as a gift card holder. So I just put tags in it from the collection and I stamp this over here, but you can easily slide a little gift card in there and give this as a gift. So there is that. And then the next thing I created was, now I originally made these for Hershey Nuggets. And these fit perfectly 2 across. And I made this for the last swap I was in, but like you're supposed to make your favorite things for this. And so this is one of the things. I literally have a box of these shadow boxes sitting over here getting, that need to be decorated. But I used the Snowman die on this, and I put in my favorite candy, which is, or sweet treat, which was a requirement, which is the Buenos. So in my shadow box that I created, you could either put the Hershey Nuggets or you could put the Buenos that have the 2 pieces on them. I know you can buy them in individual, you can buy them in 2, and then you can buy the whole candy bar, which is what I'm including in Lisa's little bag that I have here with her book. I put her book in the inside. So there's that. So let's put this back in here. Let me make sure I have that in here. So those were my two of my crafter's choice. And then I want to show you the tool that I'm including with it. And let me grab it. So the shadow box, you can make them, my camera's crooked. You can make them with just scoring and cutting them out, or you can use the punch board, the We Are Memory Keepers punch board. And I got this on an amazing deal. And so this is what's going to be the tool, what I'm giving away as the tool in my swap. And like I said, I got an amazing deal on this board. They're not any longer the price that they were, but I got it on Office Supply and it was so cheap I couldn't believe the price. So there's that. And then the last thing, you probably, if you've seen my Instagram, I have these on my Instagram and I love to make these. I designed this, my first one I have posted out there, and since I've made several more and I've created a tutorial as well. I bought this, it's like a purse charm. I bought this at Walmart and I thought it looked so cute with it. So I went ahead and put that on there. But this is my golden book that I turn into a album. And so let's just go ahead and flip through this real quick. Like I created this little paperclip bow, and this collection is so cute. And once again, like everything, literally you can stick a gift card in here too if you want to give this away as a gift. You can do the same thing with the Teabag die as well. So there's that page, and this opens up like this, and all of these do not open till Christmas. I thought this kind of looked like a present, so I put that on there, and all of these will pull out. And then this flips open like this. And then these two will open. And so this side, I've just put in some cute tags and cut aparts. And this flips open. And then there's the really cute paper right here. I'm glad I did that because this one isn't glued down. Let me do that real quick. Like, this is why it's good to go through this before you send it off, because you find things that you missed. Let's get this glued down. Okay, so now that's glued down. Okay. And then let's flip through this side. This was 2x2 cut aparts, but I thought it was really cute all together like that. And then make sure all of these are glued. Yes, they're glued. And then here's the back page. And you can put a picture here too if you want, but I think it's cute with just the way it is. And then over here is just another pocket. And you can put a picture on the back of this with some tags. And then there's that. And then on the back is another cut apart, and I use those, I don't know if it's showing up, but I did use the stickles on the snow there. And there's another little tag. And then this is the book that was inside the golden book, and I, saved the foil and put it back on. And then this is the story, and then back here is a waterfall. So this is another, you can put a picture on the back of this, and then here's the waterfall. And you just flip through, I think there's 6 here. Yeah, 6. So, and I think that's it. Yeah, favorite salty treat, which I already got that. So anyway, this is what my swap looks like, and I hope that you guys have a good day today, and I'll see you in the next video.